Well, Ruby, what is you doing?
Hey, wait, sorry, what are we sorry.
You
What are
know
we all
what?
supposed to
Fuck
be
it. This
doing?
is all gonna be part of it because what we want everybody to motherfucking do is smoke weed and watch Motherhood Sex
Sex
Marijuana.
marijuana. Because
Yes.
we always in the building.
We always in the motherfucking building. Season 7, legendary trends. We gonna be coming with some new shit and be in the building for all of it every Sunday on time. Cool.
I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there. And they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly. 60.
Marijuana.
Yes.
We always in the building.
We Yes, me people, them, my good friend, them come true. Motherhood, sex, marijuana. The podcast got another legendary show for you. Spread the word and tell a friend. Make sure every time you come and come again. Everybody in the building on time. Let's go. Oh shit. Everybody in the building on time. What are we doing? You admit all. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, what happened? Okay, here we go. All right. Connecting to audio. The people are connecting and we are waiting. They are connecting and we are waiting. It's okay.
Aloha.
I said, what's good? What's good?
My goodness.
Yes.
What's up,
How you
everybody?
doing? It's you rocking the purple lipstick this time. Okay, and we are on time. What shit? The only thing left to do is for a technical difficulty to show up and all of a sudden just fuck up our good groove. But yes, Ruby Doll, Kai Storm,
Oh my gosh.
Motherhood,
I'm so excited.
the motherfucking building.
Motherfucking building. Hey.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Sab? What's up, my queen?
What's good?
My king,
So
my queen.
It's Sav or SAVAJE? How we?
It's Sav short, SAVAJE for long.
SAVAJE. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and say Sav because I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna lie. The vaggie kind of leads me to think about vagina, and I know you like. Well, I don't know if you like vagina. What? Wait.
I do.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do.
Light a blunt because you just talking shit.
Yeah.
Oh
I never heard the vagina correlation before, but that's good to keep in mind.
Indeed.
Got the
You see
fangs
where I'm
and
thinking?
everything.
Clearly, I'm in the vagina. I don't know what's going on. I need to come out the vagina. All right.
No,
you come out of the vagina.
Oh my goodness. I just have to say something real quick, okay?
Please
so
do.
I love Sav so much. Okay.
Well, you gotta explain how you met him and how you brought it to our attention in the first place. So yeah.
Sure. So we met through a mutual friend, and this was like before I even had children.
Oh.
And but I really wanted them, I remember. And then it was also really it was a weird place in life because I felt like I was still lying to myself in a lot of ways, which we tend to do. But all I can remember is that Sav's energy was just like undeniably like amazing, like from like jump, right? So we met through this mutual friend. We hung out like a lot. He becomes like, let's say, family. And he's also somebody that I respect and somebody who, when we are in a really dark place, I was just like, hey, can you help me? And I'm not one that likes to ask for help. So that's always a special thing. And he's like so amazing. So this is just like the core of why I love Sav. He also does like all this like incredible stuff, which he can tell you all about.
Which is a great way to let him tell us exactly who he is and what he does. Yes, let's go.
Well, first of all, thank you, Rue, for that beautiful introduction. All I ever try to do is be me, so I appreciate that love and that acknowledgement. Um, Me, I am an actor, martial artist, music producer, and so a lot of stuff falls underneath
Multi-hyphenate.
of those three things. Like even having to produce and choreograph my own fight scenes and teach other homies martial arts sometimes that want to be down with it. Like there's a lot of stuff that falls under the umbrella. So I end up being a jack of many trades out here in LA. So yeah, yeah. I got a fight tomorrow. I literally am resting right now. I got a boxing match tomorrow. So yeah, I do a lot of stuff.
Oh wow. Okay. So we got a couple of skills that in these streets, would catch a brother in a bad state. Okay. How long
Don't get
have we
fucked
been
up.
doing this?
I've been a martial artist since I was 8 years old. I've been boxing since I was about 17. I grew up in Massachusetts, so I grew up in Massachusetts on the East Coast. So Massachusetts is a big boxing state. My father, everybody, and I have an Afro-Latino side of family, and they were also huge into boxing. My uncle Nene was from Colombia, big into boxing. My uncle Carlitos from Panama into boxing. My
Shout out
uncle,
Panama. We love Panama.
thank you, much love, much love. We out here, we out here, we all over, we all over.
Yes,
But yeah,
because I'm Panamanian, not to cut you off, but I'm Panamanian, and I actually got to spend my 51st birthday in Panama, and Chad, it was a blast.
oh, I'm already knowing. I'm happy you
I
got
love
to go
that.
and everything. Sister, you my sister. Hey, we out here.
That's so beautiful. I keep attracting Panamanians into my life. That is beautiful. I have no complaints. Actually, I used to live in Nicaragua on like a mission assignment, and I met a lot of people from Panama. So brilliant, beautiful, very melanated, godlike. You guys are amazing, and I'm gonna go to Panama myself. I might find my wifey there. I don't know.
Oh
So
Lord.
Sav, oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to ask you something, right? If
Good.
if they were to create an AI companion of Sav, right? Or
Mhm,
SAVAJE, right?
mhm.
Where every woman could have you in their pocket, what would that AI generate, or what would that AI companion possess? That's a
Um,
good ass question.
probably my core. If well, especially if they couldn't have me physically, it would probably have to be my core three things that women like about me, as far as I know. So as far as I know, women like that. Uh, I'm emotionally intelligent, and like I listen before I respond to things, and when they tell me things, I like listen wholeheartedly. Um, they think I'm funny. I think I'm funny, but that's not important. They think I'm funny. So, you know what I mean? And I think I have a tendency to give pretty good advice. So I'd probably put those things inside of a little learning personality. He's funny, he gives advice, good listener, and emotional intelligence. I think that's probably what the ladies would need. And then if I just got confined to an app.
That
Okay.
that is a interesting question, and especially coming from Rue, because in my head, because first of all, I'm listening to the question, and in my head, I'm saying to myself, so you trying to tell me you build a AI of yourself, multiple AIs of yourself, and you just get to spread them around like community dick? I'm trying to understand.
That's the
So
purpose.
is we
It's
community
a
spreading the love and figuring out
experience.
which fish is the biggest fish? I trying to ask a question.
It's
Can
like
be a
picture like an app.
personality.
Yeah, it's kind of like a virtual like partner. And so here's why I ask, okay? So Sav is probably like the most upstanding dude. Let's say that I'm more of a dog than he is in the
Okay.
sense of,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, seeing this gentleman or seeing this king operate from a perspective of nothing to gain from, he's like a bro to me in a sense. But I just see him maneuver, and I also got some game from him, which I never admitted to, on how to properly treat women. You know,
Is that right? I didn't know this.
Oh, that's what we're talking. We're talking right now. You're gonna know now, and that's why I'm a big proponent on if somebody teaches you or shares something with you that changes your life, you should share it with them because you never know. You know, it's a nice gesture. It's kind of like positive reinforcement as well, so they continue to do that. So, anywho, I make a lot of jokes about. I would say downright rude when it comes to sexuality with women. Okay. I mean it comedically, yes, because I'm funny as hell.
Right.
But there's also some truth in it. And so when we have men or we have like kings, I should say, there's a difference from just a male and a king, right? When we have access to those minds, then we should really utilize them. Utilize the game that it brings. I think I'm kissing his ass a little too much, so I'm gonna stop.
I'm totally just listening and not even like comprehending it as
because you're just like, who's she talking about?
I'm like trying to listen to you map out this scientific idea, and I'm like, wait, maybe you're going somewhere. Hold on.
Because for me, really, when I hear her talk like that, basically it tells me that clearly, one, she knows you and has had experiences with you, and in order for her to get to those conclusions, and at the same time, in order for her to get to, because I know her, in order for her to get to those conclusions, I know you had to, you definitely, you wasn't just talking the talk, you walked the walk. You know what I'm saying? She saw you walk the walk. You feel me? So
a lot of people have seen me go from literal, like a lot of people have seen me go from states, if I'm just to be completely candid, where like I had zero, like -0 to like who I am and what I'm doing right now. And even things that I don't even share everything I'm doing right now as far as like what films are in the works and what music projects are in the works and this and that. But just seeing the little bit I share on social media, it's like obvious that, okay, he's not at that place where he's fucking zero no more, and we didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? So people have definitely kind of seen me walk the walk. Like, it's one thing when you're talking positive shit when the world is, give you want, but when you're talking that positive shit when you have nothing, you know what I mean, your hair is not done, your clothes are not really your sense of fashion because you're just,
I know how that is.
Afford, like, and you're talking that positive shit, and then you turn to a person who's actively doing the type of shit I'm doing right now, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm just shouts out to anybody who's came back from fucking negative nothing,
absolutely
stayed positive the whole time. So I think that's more so what she's talking about. She actually seen me with fucking nothing, like, and she sees me now.
Because the bitch had nothing too, and everybody around us had nothing. In the sense of material, right? I think, so it was like a group of people that already like fucked with each other, and I just came and kind of like, hey, you guys are cool as hell. Can I squeeze myself in here? It was like this situation like that. And so kind of
like how we met.
Yeah, I squeezed myself
like how we met, but
I was like, she's gonna be my best friend. I love how she gets down. It's because of that energy, right? And you know what? The reason why I brought up the AI question is because that's just like the forward way that everyone's thinking. And then I was thinking, like, as a person who is openly poly, I'm like, how can I further spread this love without needing to spread my love?
Divide and conquer is what you're trying to do. Divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What's funny is I actually experimented with a AI companion, and there was actually some really healing features in there, I have to admit. Like,
Oh, word?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, there's some pretty healing features in there. I see where it's dangerous for people who might not be who might not have a strong emotional foundation. It could definitely be dangerous. Everything could be dangerous. Video games
Basically,
don't have
everything has that
strong emotional
moderation.
foundation, right?
Absolutely.
Drugs. So it can definitely just become another drug if you don't have a good emotional foundation. But if you just keep in a perspective, like exactly what you're doing and exactly what you're using it for, it could definitely be healing. Just having something that gives you back intelligent responses when you talk about shit that you wouldn't talk about with anybody else ever,
Mm.
like that shit is healing. That's like a little journal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It definitely is a level of journaling, but at the same time, one of one of the things that comes across to me, it comes across like, there's a bit of wisdom with you, and wisdom comes with age. You know what I mean? Not, for you, not asking you, exactly, if you don't want to tell us how old you are or whatever, but
I don't give
you know what I'm saying.
a
But
I'm 33.
huh?
I'm 33. I'm
33.
still a
Okay.
little bit
Well,
young.
see, okay, that's what's up. See, that's
And
what I'm saying.
he's a
Because
Gemini. He's a Gemini.
okay, okay. Because you know what I'm saying. And when you reach a certain age, you definitely start, looking at your life different. You know what I'm saying. And I feel like definitely around your 30s, definitely in your 40s. You know what I'm saying. You looking at your life. You looking at what you've done, what you have accomplished, and then you look forward as to what you want to do. You know what I mean. And as you get to those stages, you're gaining a lot of information, and it's only right to pass it down to anybody and everybody that could use it as well.
Yeah.
Now when I mentioned you having the skills to lay a dude out, you kind of gave me that look like, nah, I don't be trying to look for a fight, but best if a motherfucker try me. You gave me that look. So is that what it is? You keep it very,
I
very
gave you the
peaceful
look that
until a motherfucker try you.
yeah, I gave you that look because I'm the person who I work security too. So
Uh-huh.
in in every situation, I'm the person who trying to tell you you don't want to do this.
Right.
You don't wanna do this. Because for me, deep down inside and like your dark side or whatever, and your psyche is fun, but it ain't fun on the external when your average person, your average dude don't know how to throw a proper punch, your average dude can't fight a 3-minute round, your average dude, like you just think about all these things that your average
Right.
person. When I put my hands on an average person, like they bleed a lot. When a fighter touches the average person, there's all kind of blood and all kind of shit. It ain't pretty. It ain't like it ain't nothing to be macho about and shit. It's
Basically.
like a street nigga who know how to fight is different than a dude who be training all the damn time with like martial artists. Cause street nigga, that's his arena, that's his skill level.
Right.
Like, I'm knocking these niggas out. Nobody mess with me yet. Like, it's fair for him. You know what I mean? It's not even fair for me when I don't even know how hard I hit when I just been hitting punching back since I was 8 years old. Hitting punching. And I finally do test it on a grown man and dude, I go to jail. That's I feel that time I got to fight. I had to fight the case. I beat the case, but when the cop showed up and dude had blood all over his face and I was just looking normal, they didn't even hear nothing I said. His girlfriend was like, "Oh yeah, he got a samurai sword too," which I did, but I didn't let the police find it. It took me right to fucking. It took me. They said I was a ninja, this and that. I was like, "Oh, this ninja shit ain't cool in the streets if you black." I learned immediately, "Oh, this ninja shit ain't really cool in the streets if you black."
Absolutely.
They think you're
It
dangerous.
should be.
So, I keep my good name up by being a martial arts teacher. I'm a teacher out here as well, and I do security. So I do my best to let people know, yo, there's a difference between us and be safe out here. There's a difference between you and anybody who is in the military, who do some shit every day, who wake up and do the same moves every day. There's a big difference. And
Definitely.
yeah.
Not to mention like inhaling all kinds of unhealthy foods and just a lack of.
I mean, again, I
regular.
feel like in a situation like that, you know, definitely assess yourself, assess what you're willing to lose, and you know what you're willing to go through for some fuck shit. Cause I look at me like, okay, yes, I could cuss you the fuck out, but at the same time, like I'm 51. And I smoke shit from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I eat whatever the fuck I feel like it. I ain't got no time, ain't no diet, ain't nobody diet thing over here. You know what I'm saying? So I look at all of those factors and say, you know what? Nah, I don't have time for that. Never mind the fact that shit I did that shit when there wasn't no cell phones. Like I grew up in the age when there wasn't no motherfucking cell phones, therefore there wasn't no pictures and no video to put on World Star. Okay, so
I ain't knocking it, sister. Trust me, I ain't knocking it. You gotta live your life. You gotta be happy, and your version of happiness is different for everybody.
Subjective, exactly. And then I also wanted to say that I learned an important lesson because I had asked Stab. I was like, you know, I want to lose weight, and you know the whole shit, right? Only to I feel like waste his time. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to apologize for that. And that just goes to show, like, just like my queen said, like, she's gonna do her. As long as you are okay with that, that you are doing what you should do, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, even healthy and fit people die too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
even healthy people are insecure too.
Exactly.
It's just every new level has a new devil.
Right.
You know?
I like that.
What you said? Every new level has a new devil. That's what's up. That's a word right there. That's a word.
We going through shit in the fit community. You would be surprised. You'd be very surprised, and you'd be even more surprised that I have male friends who aren't stuntmen. They're not martial artists. They're not fighters, and I be catching them like, yeah, I gotta do this like you, and I gotta do that like you, and I be having to tell them like, hey, slow down, bro. This is my job. It's not your job. Don't you dare try to put yourself
and your goal
that I be putting myself through. I be out there stressed the fuck out. I be in the mirror stressed out. I'm not getting this and that enough. I'm not getting this and that enough. Oh, how's my pull up? How's my form? How's this? How's that? Don't you dare fucking put yourself through that if it's not your goal to be some type of teacher, stuntman, martial artist. Like, if you just like to dance or whatever, they could do that.
Good in a shirt, like, bruh.
Yeah. Like, who are you? This shit is. I look decent in this shirt, but that's just a side effect, nigga. If my only motivation was to look good in the shirt, I just wouldn't work out. Yeah. I would just be fat. I'd be cool with being fat too. I think I look like a decent chubby nigga. I didn't pull some pretty bad. I've been out of shape before. I pulled some decent bad in my chubby lifestyle. I had a chubby life.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, I look at my teenage years and when I was, you know what I'm saying, when I first moved out of my mama house and I was 115 pounds. Yeah, that was my skinny time. Yeah, I had that. I did that. Yeah, I did that. I don't gotta do it again. I don't gotta do it again.
I keep it in perspective, and that's that. I'm glad that Rue knows that about me because it's like I said, there's other men in my friend group who don't understand that distinction. They're ready to do it for something else. They're ready to do it to be macho. They heard that I won and protected some people in a street fight, and in their last street fight, a nigga got the best of them, so they feel like they gotta. And I'm like, bro, the level of things that you need to. Don't look at me as it's okay to be motivated.
That's a natural thing with men, between men and friends. I mean, men compete with each other hard body.
That shit is sad.
On fuck shit. I mean, just
there's certain niggas that's just gonna be right here. Y'all be gonna be doing it. Certain niggas, y'all just gonna be doing this forever. Like you move forward, he move forward, but you still moving forward. He gonna be right here. So I be trying to be like, yo, just look in the mirror and do your personal best, my G. That's what I be trying to tell people. Look for your personal best. If you ain't trying to be a stunt man or a boxer or some shit, you know what I mean? For your personal best. Yours.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly. The person that you really competing with is the person in the mirror. Keep it fucking real. The person you competing with is the motherfucker in the mirror, because the
Boom,
motherfucker
boom.
in the mirror is looking at you and also reminds you, hey, by the way, you know, you could do that better, or you could, you know, if you know what I'm saying, if you put a little effort, or you know what I'm saying, check that out.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, same way about, you know, anybody, you know, pissing you off. If somebody, you know, pissing you off, that's you, you know, the person in the mirror is telling you this person ain't worth it. Don't even talk to them.
Right.
Fuck them. And you know what I mean? It's the person in the mirror that you gotta worry about. Stop worrying about every fucking body else, because they not worried about you. They shouldn't be worried about you. The fuck?
Like, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
you got to be getting in the ring with me for me to even think about you. Like, I thought about my opponent a few
exactly.
times, and I know I only thought about my opponent, and I'm only confident about what I'm about to do tomorrow because I know there's like a 90% chance that my opponent ain't doing what I'm doing. Not up in the morning shadow boxing and all kind of shit for no reason, just no reason at all. Like,
There's no comparison.
you're not weird like.
Exactly. And you know what? Another thing is I had a rude awakening when it comes to my mother, because I don't think I was I don't think I was like cutting her any slack. Let's just say that. Let's just say I was just like really hard pressed on the shit she was doing, and it was pissing me off. And I was telling my sis, like, dang, you know, like she's pissing me off. Like, we can only go this far if she doesn't do her thing. And she had to remind me of something very important. She was like, when we're healing ourselves, we're healing the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? And so I only share that to say that another beneficial thing I've received right from Sav is his relationship with his mother. Not ever to get into, I don't even know what his relationship was with his mother, but I could tell he was always there for her type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like putting two and two together. And so my question with saying all of that is, what would be your advice in dealing with somebody who is learning to forgive their parents for their shortcomings?
Oh, oof.
Damn, I am like, Oprah ain't got shit on this.
Nah, understand that they're human, and I mean that less than what more most people say that, and they mean it in an even more what's the word I'm looking for? In an even more like majestic way. I mean that like, look at them like the kids who didn't know shit that they were.
Word.
You probably started being smarter than what your parents were when they had you at like 23.
Hell yeah.
That's a big gap of intelligence. That's a massive gap of intelligence. Me becoming smarter than what my parents were when they had me by the time I was like 20 years old, even though I still couldn't have had no kids, and I didn't fucking want to. I wanted to be an entertainer and all kind of shit. But just I knew more about the world and more about like spirituality and emotional intelligence and all this shit, money, just all this different shit by the time I was 20 than they did when they had their first kid. Like, that's a massive gap. So when you kind of take away all that like glitz and glam you built around them, you can kind of just let them be imperfect, especially when you're an adult. When you see them fucking up, you can just kind of let them fuck up. You don't got to preach to them, and because you know that, because you look outside of society and the rest of the world, everybody fucking up.
Everybody.
Their parents are no different. We might be the different ones trying to figure out some deep shit and do whatever we do, meditate, smoke weed, do whatever it is we do. I'm sure y'all do one or two. You know what I mean? But we might be the motherfuckers who different and you can't relate to because we on some like trying to be wise and higher shit. They just like everybody you see out in the world.
And vice versa, as far as relating, because you know what I'm saying? Because the times that they grew up in is not the times that we grew up in. Same thing with our kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids that we're pushing out now got a level of understanding with technology that we never had, because we didn't have technology when we was kids.
So it's like you look at if we talking about the hood on the East Coast or something, Like in the 90s and the 70s and the 80s, they just listening to hip hop and having fun and doing the same type of shit we doing just without the internet. And then they had babies and they winged it. You know what I mean? Was when motherfuckers wasn't even diagnosing mental illness back then, and a lot of us had.
Word
I
up.
ain't, my father had PTSD. I thought he was just a real nigga, angry all the time. This nigga got PTSD. The nigga ready to grab his gun every time somebody bang on the door and this and that. Like the nigga got issues, like need therapy. But I'm judging my father like, oh yeah, he needs this and that, he this and that. Nah, niggas is traumatized. I'm like, there's actual mental illness diagnosis. But that's another thing. Like, when I started being grateful when I realized, oh shit, I'm not even crazy like my parents. Let me just fall back and be easy on these niggas. They actually, I thought they were just being wild people from the hood. Now they have mental illnesses from the trauma that they've been through. I don't have these same traumas. I would just be grateful and treat them like people who have mental traumas. When they get to yelling and shit, are you okay? You seem to be triggered right now. I'm not trying to trigger you right now. That's not what I was trying to say. I used to argue with my mother and shit. I don't even argue with her. When she get mad or some shit, get yelling and shit, making faces and shit, looking at her dead in her eyes. I wasn't trying to trigger you. What I'm saying is, this is supposed to be right here, and it's really supposed to be right here. This is not an attack. This is me and you together attacking the issue because I know that there's going on there, and I don't have that same thing. So why the fuck would I get mad and shit too?
Right.
I don't have that same mental shit. And I ain't knocking nobody who saying person with mental illness is better than a person without mental. It doesn't. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying.
No, of course not.
If you're of able mind and able body, and you see that somebody is triggered and traumatized, and their emotions,
and it's not.
Like you automatically, it's your responsibility to take a step back and just hold that space for them, while also holding your own ground and not being a victim, but also holding that space for them and knowing that it's actually a blessing that you have separated yourself from this mentally. And yeah, forgiveness came from forgiving myself for not speaking up when I saw negative shit as a child, and it came from just letting them be human, and not just human, but humans that need help, humans that whether they gonna get therapy or not, they fucking need it, and knowing they need it. And I might need therapy too, but see a lot less. I ain't even about to trip.
Regardless of what it is. And I had to also in that moment really humble myself, because I think I'm a really logical person, but at the same time, like, she has this like expansive, whole other experience that I don't even have, you know what I'm saying? And also she's closer to my culture than I am. So it's like, that's why it's like, it was a checking point for me too. And so if anyone is watching this right now and you really needed that advice, I really hope that you take it, because it could really delay progress. I think I can see how I've literally delayed shit because I was so pissed off at something, that because I held her at such this thing, whether you call it a pedestal or what, but it's like, I wasn't doing that same shit towards my dad. Why? Why just
super high standard, right?
Right. That's so fucked up. And
it's like, what the hell does this person know? Why is the standard so high? And especially that other country shit is different. That's the same thing. My mom and her mom had that. They came from Panama and like drove here and shit and had to go through all kind of perilous shit just to get here, like fleeing from traffickers and all kind of shit. And just her and this little. And my mom grew up most of the time mad at my grandma and shit. I told my mom, like, yo, she's from a third world country, yo. Y'all used to take baths on the beach and shit and live in huts and shit. Like,
straight warriors.
I mean, and not for nothing, there's still parts in Panama where, you know what I'm saying, where, hut living is definitely, because like I said, I was just there last year, and to know that, certain things definitely have not changed for certain parts of the country. You just know that, what I mean, that yes, what your parents grew up with and what the philosophies that they grew up with, you know what I mean, definitely are different from the philosophies that you have developed as a grown person, as a parent. Because for me, yes, there's definitely a lot of things that I am, as far as I recognize after assessing myself, that yes, me and my mother are very much alike in many ways. You know what I'm saying? Yes, especially some of the ways that I used to cuss her about when I was little. I would cuss her about it, but now I'm grown and I'm like, damn, I do that too. Shit. But at the same time, because I know I do that, there are times I'll double back and go back to my child, because I have 3 kids, 3 girls, and I'll go back to them and be like, listen, yeah, this is the reason I'm putting, you know what I mean? It's like me putting them on game. Like, this is the reason why I said this. And this is why I'm upset, because I need you to do this. I need you to be this. I need you to represent this when you step outside. You know what I mean? So, and that's and for me, that's the difference of that's the difference between me and my mother, because my mother never did that. She was just like, do what I say. Fuck that. It is what it is. Don't do what I say. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna beat your ass. And I'm gonna put you on punishment. Don't play with me. I don't gotta explain shit to you. Fuck out of here. And even as a grown person, like the last time my mother came up here, we all sat around. It was me, my mother, my father, and my husband. We all sitting around, and I'm making jokes about, like, yo, my mother wouldn't let me do this and this and this. If my mother grew up in this, my mother wouldn't let me do this and this. What cell phone? My mother wouldn't get me no cell phone. Cell phone for what? You go to school, you come home. What you need phone for? That's the I'm making that joke, and of course my husband turned to my mother and said, "Is that true?" And of course she had no choice but to say, "Yes, that's very true." That's very true, because I wouldn't play that shit. I don't care if 2024, 2020, 26. I'm not buying a child a phone. That's the, you know what I mean? But again, my whole point of bringing this up is, a lot of the things that I cussed her about, I damn sure developed as a grown woman, as a mother. But at the same time, because I remember how it made me feel sometimes, I definitely would double back to my girls, like, hey, you see, this is why, because your mama crazy, right? So don't play with me. And this is the lesson I tried to give you, but as I was beating your ass, I was trying to tell you that, you know what I'm saying? And this is what you need to not do. So remember what I said, and also remember that I beat your ass, and don't try me. You feel me? So you know what I mean? We do things different.
Dialogue makes all the difference.
There's a different dialogue based on learning and wisdoms and shit.
And understanding. So what would you say, Sav, if you were being intimate with somebody, right, and the bodily fluids was smelling some type of way? What would be your approach, having, understand the art of finesse?
In other words, would you tell her she needs to take her ass in the shower, or would you guide her in the shower? I just hope nobody. Get the scrub and be. Bitch,
I just hope nobody I'm in the present, past, or future sees this, because I'm for sure a finesser, because I don't like hurting feelings. And the homie just asked me this. My Nigerian homie just asked me this a few weeks ago, and he more direct about it. And I told him straight up, I was like, oh, nah, yeah, bro. As soon as I get a whiff of something, I'll make it seem like I just got a really sexy idea to take a shower. I'll be like, hey, let's go in the shower. Let's go in the shower right now. Let's run a bath. Come on. Let's run a bath. He's like, let's run a bath.
Yeah, like, here, you take this rag, take this soap, you scrub the fuck out of this section, that section.
I'm gonna wash it myself.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna wash it myself and just make it seem like I'm extra loving and attentive tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna wash that shit myself. Yup. Oh, my mama.
Right. You know what? I was watching these ladies. Shout out to Horrible Decisions. I like some of the shit that they say, but it's entertaining. Okay. And so the girl is talking about, one of the girls is talking about how she was messing with some girl's booty hole, and the pussy was clean and everything, but when she removed that finger, it was just like there was no shit or anything, but it was just the stench, you know what I'm saying? Or
And
whatever.
then like, it's ooh.
But I
But
really
girl,
no,
why
but
is
see,
you in
I
her booty
really,
hole? Of course that
I
section
really
stank.
like what
I'ma
the
mind my
other lady,
business. Oh,
you
oh.
know, but you know, I really like what the other lady said. She was like, when you're dealing with like a body, like you have to be open to bodily like smells, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, you know. And so the reason why I mentioned that is because I haven't known what to say other than using that shower tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like
It's really my only move. Like, it's my only, because I feel like the conversation is only cool to creep up on if we got seniority in a relationship. Like, if you like, you ain't gotta be my girl, but if we like been in bosom buddies for the last 2-3 years now, we're practically best friends. I'm like, hey, long day, huh? You're like, I could crack a joke,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But if this is just like date
shit.
night, you know what I mean, or something like that, then for sure about to get finessed into the bathtub.
okay,
Exactly. Because that's exactly where you know I'm at. I mean, shit, with my husband, I'm like, nah, to see sometimes he takes off his boots and I'll be like, hey yo, what's going on here? What's going on? And he like, nah, I'm about to go in the shower right now. Okay, cool. Let me
Standing all
turn
day,
it on
sir.
for you. No, I'm about to go turn it on for you. The fuck? About to turn it on for you. What's going on? What's
you
going
know,
on?
that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's about the art of finessing. It's like diplomacy. Just be diplomatic about it. And I think people understand. You know what I mean? And plus, if you're there, you probably smell it too. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, come
No.
on,
I mean,
you gotta smell it too. Like, let's be honest.
I do a finger test to myself when, you know what I mean, before any shorty come over. Everybody should do a finger to them.
I mean, exactly.
You know.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Because I shared on a previous episode, right? Sometimes, especially when women are around the time of the month and you're not aware of it, particularly when your periods are irregular. Okay, this is the real thing. I never know when I'm about to have my period, and I'm always hungry anyway. So it's not like, oh, I'm eating more or something like that, you know? So it's like I had a situation where I was like really embarrassed because I was like, oh, fuck. It was really, let's just say it was really humbling because, and I could have sworn I washed my shit like 3 times before this motherfucker showed up. And it's not about, it's like as much as you can prepare or whatever, you just don't know. And if you had a little coffee or a little more coffee earlier that day, depending on how your digestive system goes, you know? So it's like, it was really humbling for me. And then I had to like stop clowning on people with stanky pussies. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
There are bad pH days. That's the reality of it. There are bad pH days.
exactly. And
I've been in
that's
a
why
long-term relationship before, like, you know, and it's for
it's
me,
sometimes, yeah.
I don't know how many niggas gonna admit this. I'm not really sure. But for me, when it's your long-term girlfriend, it smells good even when it's bad.
Yeah, I
After a
feel
long
that.
day, like I didn't like my long term, the girl I was with for 5 years, like when she would come home and try to run in the shower, I'd be like, no, come here, I'm gonna bask in that real quick. Like, and
Yep.
I don't
Take notes, dude.
So like,
And not
I
for
feel like when
nothing,
you're a
that's
real
a
nigga,
turn
it
on.
don't.
Not for
Yeah.
nothing, but I'm just saying. I ain't telling my business, but I'm just saying. I'm not telling my business, but yeah.
Oh no. No, that's the thing. Like I'm very confident. That's why it was so like dang rude. Like you just don't know what people are going through. Okay. But anyway, on another note, would you give anybody advice right now who's just like who wants to change toxic behavior? Like if someone really wants to change, like let's say a girl is like her thing is like to fight with her man, you know what I'm saying? Because she feels like she needs to put him in check, right? Something like that. What would be your advice to that girl who needs to have control all the time?
Well, first of all, anybody who can acknowledge your toxic behavior, that's the first step. So clap, clap.
Word, clap for them, because at the 9 times out of 10, a motherfucker that is toxic is not even going to recognize the signs in the first place. They gonna be the first one to be like, nah, it's all her, or it's all him. It's never me. The fuck? Excuse me? I'm the perfect one.
So my advice for breaking any cycle, I'm big into, I was always into like the metaphysical science and shit. I'm big into brain hacking. It's the fastest way to build or break habits. And when I say brain hacking, what I mean is just when you identify the triggers, the moments you be about to do some shit or say some shit, because usually when you finally realize you have a problem, it's literally always the same thing that sets off a dumbass argument or a dumbass trigger or some shit. When you finally notice it, it's not even nothing that deep that we be thinking. It's literally, you'll notice it's always the same shit. So once you finally notice it's always the same shit, it's always the same pattern, come up with, that's why fucking therapy is great, because they give you these easy ass tricks. They charge you all this money to give you easy ass tricks like take a deep breath and count to 10. But that shit really work. You know what I mean? If you start just catching yourself, it doesn't even have to be a deep breath and count to 10. You can literally write down, I'm going to think of a unicorn every time, or I'm going to take a walk every time this motherfucker pisses me off. So you take a walk. That doesn't mean you're not confronting the issue, but when you take that walk, you get a chance to feel your feelings without the extra trigger and think what the real issue is and circle back and express what the real problem is. And that should really be the last time y'all having that conversation before a motherfucker break up with one of each other. Like after all the triggers over and you could just confront the issue, like, and it's really on you, because sometimes you never know. If you're toxic, it could be a motherfucker keeping you around because they know you like a toxic cycle, or you could be one initiating the toxic cycle. So both of those things are neither of those things are good. So once you're able to, you know what I mean, like identify what the actual cycle is and come up with a, you know what I mean, something to rein you in every time you're about to go overboard in an argument or whatever, you take a walk. If they're the toxic one, that's going to steal their thunder. If they're the one that keeps starting the toxic one, it's going to steal all their thunder. And that's going to start you the fucking foundation you need to break that connection. You know what I mean? So just come with it's simply coming up with some type of anti-trigger, like something to do right before you get triggered that lets you know it's time to take a walk around the block. It's time to disengage. It's time to count to 10. It's time to count sheep. It's time to take a deep breath. Whatever it is you do.
Whatever like, you got to do to save you from the fuck shit.
Take that thing, and it takes work. You know what I mean? And right when you're about to engage, you gotta start hacking yourself like a machine. Write it down. Like I'm gonna do this right before I like identify when that trigger is, because a motherfucker might know what your trigger is and do it on purpose too. That's why it's important.
Basically, but then but then again, in order for you to recognize that, in order for you to stop yourself, you definitely would need to do a lot of self-reflection, definitely check yourself, definitely, tell the truth to yourself about what's going on with you. You know what I mean? And actively work to fucking fix it. You know what I mean? But
thank you. We're actually all big proponents. The three of us here are big proponents on self-love. And I feel like that kind of comes with some pain. Like for you to like love yourself, you had to have gone through some shit, because it's not easy and motherfuckers don't always just naturally love themselves. Because I remember when I didn't. So Sav and Queen Kai, so one piece of advice that has nothing to do with hygiene, because we should be doing that anyway. One piece of advice for practicing self-love on the daily, no matter what.
Be like washing my face. I just self-love. I just wash my face every day, and
have mercy.
So that we say, bitch, please.
Okay. No shit. Let me tell you how I look at that shit. Because first of all, I say it all the time on this podcast. You know what I mean? Not only because just shameless promo. I do have my own YouTube channel as well as I do this, but but part of being on YouTube, I also watch a lot of YouTube. And one of the latest lessons I learned that I feel is definitely on some self-love, self-care type of shit is the question of, do you want to make a quick dime or a fast dollar? Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, you know what I'm saying, in our entrepreneurship and everything that we doing in life to, you know what I'm saying, whether it's, you on a plantation or you know what I'm saying, or you working on your own shit, you know what I'm saying, you got to decide what you are worth. And part of self-care, self-love, you deciding what you are worth, what you are willing to do for ABC or DEF. And if anything that comes along your way, if it comes as a fast nickel, and it's compromising your self-worth, it's compromising how you feel about yourself, it's gonna have you in these streets looking dumb as fuck. Are you going to take that, or you going to chill and let a motherfucker know what you're worth? Let a motherfucker know that you ain't about to shortchange or Jude your price down at all. You let a motherfucker know that it's
but
like that.
Need to tell these Hollywood P. Diddy ass
like the
niggas that
motherfucking
shit.
old school song. You know what I'm saying?
You need to preach that in Hollywood
Tell
to
them that
these
I
niggas.
want that slow dime. I want that slow, respectable, I love me and you paying me for what I'm worth dime. Nah, don't bring me that fast nickel, bitch, because I'm not about to play with that fast nickel.
Right.
Give me that slow dime because it's the slow dime that I deserve. That's how I look at it when it comes to that.
I love that input. Value-based. How about you, sir?
One of my biggest self-love activity of like 2023, I noticed, was just like truly falling in love with my alone time again. I went through a few shitty dating experiences, and when you get used to other people's hormones for a bit, it fuck up your own hormones. So you start thinking that you need motherfuckers around, and as a man, it's easy for men to always think they need a woman around to like validate their manhood and shit like that. Like, so in 2023, I started really just enjoying my alone time. It's really like motherfuckers calling me up asking me if I'm busy. I'm like, yes, I'm doing nothing by myself. I'm busy. Like, I'm watching cartoons. Yes, I'm busy. Like, taking me time to a
I am
whole
home minding my business.
Yeah. Like me time, I take me time like I'm motherfucking rich already. Like if I'm chilling and a motherfucker call me and they're like, you gotta get up and do it, you gotta do this. I'm like, hold on. How much money?
And like, oh,
What are you doing? Are you
wait,
busy? Yeah, bro.
wait,
I'm watching cartoons.
Talk to me about details. Talk to me about who is going to be there and how it is going to better me. It's not going to better me. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I'm not coming.
I definitely I still stay busy and work on things. Don't get me wrong, I'm not lazy. But like the homies, everybody, women, everybody values my time way more, because they know I ain't just about to get up off the couch for shit unless you break it down beneficial, that it aligns with what I'm doing. So yeah, just loving alone time and like not being afraid to be alone with myself and not needing some pussy and some feminine energy to validate how I feel about myself as a man, and just being like, it's cool to just sit here and just, and better women started liking me. I wouldn't even, women always like me, but I would definitely say a different caliber of women started liking me when they seen like I'll just be by myself. I don't, if I ask you to lunch one time and you ignore it, I'm probably not gonna ask again. Like I'm cool with just being alone. Like, and that's, the energy is starting to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Like, and I do have friends and people around me who love me, and I do have like women around and positive female friends and shit like that, and they like their alone time too, but we also like our time together. So yeah, my biggest lesson in self-love is just getting back to that. Because after you could fuck up your senses dating some of the wrong people. And if you do it perpetually, if you date the wrong person and then do it 2 or 3 more times, your senses could be just completely out of whack with what you think you need from people. And it could take a while to get back to like your own shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's grown shit right there. Not for nothing, what you said right there, that's some grown shit. Because at the end of the day, we we are, of course, not only for business but for just personal. We see social media. You know what I'm saying? We see it from the superstars to regular motherfucking people. It's just like, people are clinging to these fake ass, just to put up some kind of rules in front of somebody, and it's like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, like, not for nothing, I was watching this show and this girl was talking about that, yeah, she didn't want to tell her mama that she met with this dude because the dude that she was with before, her mama liked, so she didn't want to tell her mama. And it's like, girl, who getting the dick, your mama or you? You know what I mean? Like, who getting the dick? Because what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing, or across the board. It's like, I learned young, when I was like a teenager, that, me and whatever in-laws, whether it's mother-in-law, father-in-law, them people never gonna like me. I learned that young. And so it was never a situation where I'm not doing nothing to impress your mama. I don't care what your mama think. Your mama, she could think whatever she wants. It's so good. Because what I think about me is what's important to me. You feel me? And even that lesson, it took me a while to what I'm saying, because you as you growing, you get called these names, ghetto, you loud, you cuss a lot, and at first you kind of fight it, and then you say, girl, that is you. I mean, who tell, that's you. So accept it, and then just be like the song, you gotta love me or leave me the fuck alone. Like, right. One or the other, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to change for you. I'm not about to do anything to impress you. The only thing I'm gonna be is me, and because I'm being me, that shows you that I love me, and I want you to love you too. I need you to be you in front of me too. Don't be fake. Don't pretend. And that whole alone time, that's critical in you getting to know yourself. Because every time I'm alone and I'm sitting down, the chicks is just running around in here, they smoking weed with me and talking to me like, hey, we gotta get our shit together, you know what I'm saying? Like, pass the blunt, but we gotta get our shit together, because there's things we need to do before and that's how things get planned. That's how things, that's how things get done. That's how, you know what I mean? I can be this to that, to this to that, because that alone time is the time where you have where you sitting down and you having a conference with everything in your head, and you putting the plan together of success, the plan that moves you forward in this world that we live in. You know what I mean? Word.
Love that. I love that. When these folks are talking about self-love, it's like, it comes off very easy. It comes off very passionate because their life off this camera and off this call is in a way. And I think that that's most important. Like, we all lie to ourselves. Part of my self-care right now is like, be brutally honest with myself, because it shows a level of respect for myself that isn't wasting any time. And so I really love that for myself. Like, there's nothing anybody could say about me that I don't already know or haven't considered. And that's just like, I think the first DMT trip that I did was crazy, because it was like, you're like looking at yourself, right? And I didn't take enough to cross over. Let's just say that. But I took, I was lifted, and I saw these hues that I've never experienced in my earthly lens. You feel me? And so I'm like looking at myself and I'm like, good Lord, I'm amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how did I never see this shit? That's
Word.
crazy. So I think like being honest about yourself, and not only like honest to the fact of like, oh, looking for faults in yourself, not like that. It's just like, how are you,
Everything.
like, what makes you so fucking glorious? Because we are. We're so divine. We're connected to the direct source, and we're connected to ancestors. So what else? You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
just love conversations like this because and if anybody really wants to come up and talk about their self-love journey, then talk to us. If you're looking for a fitness expert to help you, I don't know, get like a washboard abs or whatever the fuck y'all do. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, if you want to say,
Whatever, lift them little machines and be in there sweating or whatever.
hit
Yeah,
us
whatever it is.
up.
I don't.
If you want to get your bars up, Sav is an amazing artist as well. He's a producer, he's a rapper. He like does so many things he didn't even mention.
Where
And
did
then
he
it's like,
live? Where do we live?
I live in North Hollywood, California. So
Okay.
Cali, hey.
How
Hollywood,
is it living out there? And how is the ganja? I mean, wait, but then again, do we smoke? Wait a
Come on
minute.
the
now.
weed is good.
I'm all in
I
your
smoked
business.
before. I'm looking at this bowl right now, like trying to figure out if I should hit it or not. Nah, but weed is a lifestyle thing for sure out here. Like I started smoking weed since I got here as a teenager. I love the trees. I love the freedom of Los Angeles. I love that it caters so much to the arts. And even somebody who is still a rebel out here, I'm definitely still a rebel out here because I'm still going against the status quo of like wanting to be agency and all that other shit like that. I'm definitely an independent filmmaker and work with like smaller production companies that have deals with
Nice.
but just the arts and the different people you meet out here on the walks of life is kind of uncontested. Like I'm not gonna find stunt men and motherfuckers who know how to do wrestling and just I've met some of the most awesome people in my life. I know a
I
dude
could
who like
imagine.
and rides unicycles. Just the coolest man. I can't even. I know the dude who did the stunts for Morpheus in the Matrix. That's my fucking mentor for stunt
Come
riding.
on now, that's some impressive shit.
That's
That's
impressive
my
like a
mentor
motherfucker.
for writing for film. Like I've met some really awesome people, and I
Because
feel
you're
like
awesome too, brother. You're awesome.
I really appreciate it. It has a great environment for you to become your most awesome self and whatever that means to you. Like for me, it was just being an amazing creator and being a martial artist and being an actor. And I feel like I'm one step closer to becoming a master at those things every day. I'm getting
And
noticed.
that's great to hear, you know what I'm saying? That you are, because because all of us are artists, you know what I'm saying? We're all artists in our own right. So the main thing we want is to be in a place or a space where our artistry is being appreciated. You know what I'm saying? One of the things me and Ruby talk about on a regular basis is, when we get, emails or, little DMs from people or, what I'm saying, or just, notes on social media, Twitter, or whatever, telling, people telling us, they appreciate our content and, what we represent. Like, what I'm saying? Every time we get, a note like that, we like, damn, yes, somebody is seeing us. That's what's up. Yes, somebody is seeing what we is doing and what we is trying to do. And yes, spread the word and tell a friend, motherfucker. Spread the word and tell a friend.
The ones that like if we help somebody, then that's what's for sure. Like we could be
Exactly.
entertaining,
And that's one of the
like
main things we love is like
application.
our energy, has brought out, a helpful, community, amongst us, what I'm saying? And people definitely let us know that, we definitely help them, in whatever situation they're going through. And so we love that shit.
That's why to do it. That's beautiful right there. And that even makes me saying y'all gotta keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love what y'all doing, just the level of authenticity you guys bring and the real conversation. Please keep doing that because it's
Thank
helpful.
you.
Oh, hell yeah.
The world needs so much authenticity nowadays. People are like
Because it's full of fake and fuckery, and the fake and fuckery is being promoted more than the fucking real.
Promote it loud too. Promote it
Loud and proud as fuck. The
loud.
fuckery is
Proud,
being
proud
promoted,
too.
being
Proud, right?
stupid is being promoted, just being high on lean. No, they don't want they still trying to talk about weed that the weed that they coming out with now. Even though it's legal, it's synthetic. They done did this and this and that. It's like, yo, check this out. You talking all that shit because you want a motherfucker to be popping pills and drinking lean, and I ain't doing that. No.
Pop perk 30s. I'm like, why are teenagers talking about perk 30s? That's an old person depressed drug. These are
I
old
hear you.
depressed
It's a
drugs. Young nigga talking about perks like it's in. I'm like, how? This ain't in. This is like, we used to make fun of like old white people for being on that back in the day. Now niggas on. And niggas
the
talking
devil's
about
work.
he on Xanax. Nigga rapping about Xanax. I'm like, bro, we used to make fun of like old lawyers for being on Xanax. Like, your therapist used to need Xanax to deal with your crazy ass. Now you on Xanax. You don't even got a therapist. Like,
like, bro, I took one Percocet after I gave birth, and as soon as it hit my system, it was like my sister said, "Yeah, we don't like this motherfucker here. We gonna put this motherfucker out as soon as we get a chance." How the fuck you got in here, nigga? How you got in here? The bouncer slipping.
I got one more question for you, Sab, before we bounce on out. I just if someone were to write a book about you, one word only, what would that book be called?
Oh damn.
Fuck, you said one word only?
One word only.
Chat.
We cutting all the fat.
Clearly.
Oh.
Damn.
Impervious.
Wait, say that again.
Impervious.
Impervious. Okay, so for the people in the back that don't got a dictionary and ain't gonna ask Google. Nah, I'm just saying for the people in the back that back here, all the way back here. You know what I'm saying? These people right here that ain't gonna ask Google. No. We in case you ain't know, I'm the comedic relief of the show.
I know
tell
this.
us what that
love
means.
it.
I love her.
Impervious is pretty much just it's kind of synonymous with being invincible.
Oh, nice.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't take damage. It means that the damage doesn't stop you. The damage doesn't slow you down. Like, if I say I'm impervious to bullets, it still doesn't mean I'm invincible. It just means bullets don't do to me what it did to that guy. I'm gonna keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I got that. I definitely got that. Yeah.
Bars.
I like
Straight
that.
bars.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Life's throwing a lot of shit at me, and I don't even think it's done yet. But I'm gonna stop coming.
And it's quite fitting. Just like our great Cat Williams says, you got to have that trampoline skin, and I think that's what we all got.
Trampoline
and
skin, fucker.
I love
if you penetrate this skin, you die. You gotta die. You gotta. This thing, I don't know. Well, you know.
Gotta go.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It was a pleasure. Truly a pleasure for having me and even asking me to be here. I love it.
Thank you for teaching us something today. A few things.
And definitely, if you have anything going on in the future besides, like you said, your fight is tomorrow, but by the time this episode drops on YouTube, the fight be done over. But I'm just saying, if anything else pops up in your life that's new, feel free to come back. We damn sure would love to hear any news. And then, of course, as soon as this link is ready for YouTube, we will make sure and send it to you so that you can watch. And of course, I'm sure you have subscribed to the channel so that you would be definitely notified about any updates going forward.
And get all your lady friends to subscribe to us too, especially the ones with the big booties. I'm just kidding. I'll
get the one with the little booties, with the big booties. I get all the booties.
Hey, you know how they say that those that can't play coach? Yeah, if I ain't got an ass, I'm on like everybody that got one.
Oh my God.
Play coach,
Cellulite.
hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at you. Get in where you fit in. You understand what I'm saying?
And shit, let us just say that even if you got no ass, don't take your ass to Doctor whoever the fuck or Dominicano whoever the fuck to go get an ass. Your ass is fine. Shit.
You know what?
9 times out
And
of
just a
10,
little
you
bit of
got
game.
no ass, you got big
Let me give a
titties.
last little bit of game right now.
Shit, you good.
Okay.
Any ladies watching, it's a little tiny bit of game.
Boom.
You'd be very surprised how any size ass look when you put oil on it. That's it.
That part.
It. That's all.
But when it's bent over, baby, when we bent over,
oil on
all
it.
that fat transfers. And they ain't tripping.
Never mind that they got clothes that could deceive and make it look like you got 10 pounds of ass anyway. So
I'm talking about when they really trying to lock, when a skinny girl really trying to lock in a nigga that she knows is an ass man. You know what I mean? I gave you the magic right there.
He gave it, man.
Either way, love yourself.
Love yourself.
Either way, love yourself. Fuck Doctor whoever.
That's more attractive than anything. It'll be a motherfucker saying, it'll be a motherfucker that you not even really his type, talking about they really like you when you're not really my type. It's just something about you because you love yourself.
Child, I got a double chin because I be eating these bitches up. So whatever. What's good? What happened? Okay. And on that note, and on that motherfucking note,
Motherhood sex marijuana, the motherfucking building.
It was fun, man.
Thank you so much for being in the building.
Thank you, yo. Much love, yo.
All right now. Thank you. Dude.